also known as Michaelmas. It's a very significant feast in the church going back to very, very ancient times. And for reasons that have now become separated from the original reason, it's also a feast day that's attached to a lot of food things. I know, getting excited now, right? It's perfect to look at that. So the first, there's kind of like a good news, bad news thing I have to tell you. If you're having goose for dinner today, you will have no more money problems for the rest of the year. Anybody got that goose? Excellent, my friend, excellent. So if you don't have a goose today, you're in for some severe money issues. So you might want to run out to the farmer's market right after service today and see what you can do. It comes from a very ancient tradition that at this time of the year, at the turning of the year in the fall, in the Middle Ages it was common for landowners to appoint a reeve over their servants, their peasants, their slaves, and this was the time in which rents were collected, and most times those rents were paid for goose or other livestock. Also, today is the last day that you may collect or eat blackberries. Because legend has it that when Satan fell from heaven, he fell right into a blackberry bush. And so from that day onwards, he will curse and cause to go moldy every blackberry since that day. So today really is your last opportunity to make that fruit tart to eat those blackberries. For reasons that we don't know, it's a day that's also associated with ginger. In Italy particularly, people eat ginger snaps, ginger loaves, ginger spreads. We're not sure. We've lost that connection. It's a day of kind of bizarre traditions, but there we have it. It's also a day in which people felt that illnesses came to an end. It was felt that it was a day of climate changing over to the fall season, regardless of what the temperature was. I've observed that. You see, I've given up my sandals finally into the closed-toe shoes. The traditions and the superstitions, if I can say that, persist even now. If you were living in Scotland today, you would be baking a particular kind of bannock. If you were living in Ireland, you'd be preparing a Michaelmas pie. Most schools, certainly my seminary, consider this not the beginning of school, but the Michaelmas term. So it's an important time, not just in the life of the church, but it has seeped into the secular life as well. St. Michaelmas is seen as a great saint, an important saint, as we heard in the Gospel and more particularly in the epistle reading, or the Revelation of John. He is seen as the great overthrower of Satan. Satan as an angel who lived in heaven and then was thrown out because he couldn't quite keep the peace. And so he's depicted popularly. I was going to bring you my sweatshirt today, but I wear it to walk the dogs and it's looking a bit muggy, so I decided not to bring it in. But my second parish was St. Michael the Archangel, and we had made these sweatshirts, and St. Michael on it is depicted looking extremely muscular. I had to ask the artist to tone it down a bit. He was looking like, sort of like Charles, no, it's not Charles. Arnold. What's his name? Arnold Schwarzenegger, something very Arnold. But he's often depicted looking very muscular, very warrior-like, large feathered wings, spear in hand, and often with his foot on Satan or on a dragon or something similar. And interestingly enough, if you look at many of the ancient pictures of St. Michael, you will also see blackberries somewhere in that stained glass or in those triptychs. It's hidden if you look in the fire. The concept of St. Michael as an angel is of a warrior-like, fierce, important heavenly power. Much like many of the crazy food and other superstitions around St. Michael have become separated from the truth, our concept of angels has become greatly separated from the biblical picture and characterization that we see in a couple of our readings today. Angels have become almost cult-like for many people in our society. They are everywhere. But they're not the warrior-like, spear-holding, Satan-attacking, creatures that St. Michael represents. We see them in cute little chubby cherubs. You see them everywhere. You see them in cards, in pictures, in artwork, on chocolate boxes, in jewelry, on t-shirts, on people's cars. They're often given away as little pins. But the separation between who an angel really is and how our society perceives them is great. And I think that some people who have difficulty in coming to grips in a relationship with God find it easier to have a relationship or think about a theology that involves angels because they're cute, cherub-like nature. They think about my guardian angel. They see the angel as their intercessor, perhaps between the good and bad. And in fact, that is the grain of truth in that kind of thinking, because we see distinctly in these readings that angels are the intercessors between heaven and earth. They're a strong messenger between heaven and earth. We look at Jacob today, and Jacob is on the run. He's fleeing because he has literally fleeced, see what I did there? Fleeced his brother. Who's his brother? Very good, Esau. And what did he do to Esau? He cheated him out of his birthright. How? He put a fleece on himself and went to his father, who was blind, and the father thought that he was Esau, so he gave him his birthright. So he is, hence the saying, he has fleeced his brother. He's on the run. He can never go home again. He doesn't even know where he's going to go. And he finds himself in the middle of nowhere with a stone for his pillow. So he lies down and he has a dream. And he sees angels ascending and descending on a ladder, a connection for him between heaven and earth. Jacob, who sees himself as irredeemable at this point. And he wakes up and he comes to an understanding. Surely God is in this place. And then he hears a strong message from God. I am with you always. Not only that, he suddenly is going to become the father of a great nation, great descendants. So he has gone from a man on the run with no home and nowhere to go, to someone who is suddenly favored by God, despite what many would consider an unforgivable sin. These angels have brought him a message and become his bridge back to God. So for Jacob, in his understanding, there is redemption. There is a way back. He gets that message from these important messengers of God. And then we come to Nathaniel, a man whom we're told had no guile, an innocent, open, receptive Israelite who was interested to know what his future held. And he comes into contact with Jesus through a friend. And he thinks, how does this man know my name? How does he know who I am? I haven't met him before. Jesus says to him, do you think this is amazing? You will see greater things than these. You will see, as Jacob saw, as your ancestors saw, angels ascending and descending from heaven, pulling us together. But not by a ladder, by Jesus himself. Jesus has become the great mediator between heaven and earth. Jesus is our mediator between heaven and earth. Not chubby little angels, but Jesus, having taken on human flesh, can be that bridge between the earthly and the heavenly, the sinful and the perfect. And mediation, the great mediator, is not a magic trick. It's a drawing together of disparate parties, of disparate situations. I was in a mediation on Friday all day long. 4 parties trying to come to an agreement. 4 parties with very different interests. And we sat there, and one person had the very difficult job of helping us to come to a resolution. And I was amazed as I watched how skillfully he took 4 different groups of people, all with very different desires, very different interests, very different hopes for very different outcomes, and skillfully, slowly drew us together. By going to each party individually, showing them where common ground was available, showing them where better options were available, showing them where they could come to a resolution in which each party felt not crushed, not left aside, not out of hope for anything, but rather supported and included and brought back into relationship with those from whom they were estranged. We skillfully went back and forth, up and down. A word here, a word there, a suggestion here, a suggestion there, a possibility here, a reframing of words, carefully drawing people back together. It was a long day. It was an exhausting day. But at the end, people who were in the middle of very intense litigation went around and hugged one another. Jesus is that kind of mediator for us. He is that mediator between us and God. Jesus who brings us back together in right relationship with God. Not chubby little cherubs, not a blackberry pie, not some gooseberries or blackberries, or bannock, or anything else. On this day, we celebrate that Jesus, the Son of Man, will cause us to see greater things than we can imagine. We will see heaven and earth skillfully, carefully, tirelessly brought together into one whole.